In the mix, in the mix, in the mix, Carlton Lee.
What's good, everybody? You are now in the mix. It's your big dog Kid 6, Chi-Town's finest, Carlton, you dig. No Leah, aka the therapist, but that's cool. We're gonna hold things down. And I am a little jealous because behind the scenes, so effing classy. She's just out living her best life in Jamaica.
Wow.
You know, yeah, so you know, I'm a little jealous, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. I seen the pics, seen the videos. I was hating. She out living her best life, bro.
She
You
holding
know,
it down.
she holding it down though, man. I see you repping your HBCU.
Yeah, you know, it's still important.
No,
That's
that's
LU.
you know, LU.
You know, the
represent.
real orange and blue.
You know,
Okay.
really
We're
represent.
not gonna do that, but you know, that's all it is.
Yeah, everybody know who the real HBCU blue and orange is. You know, we came first, but it's cool. We still family. You know, those are little cousins, so it's all good.
Baby brothers.
But
So
you know,
they say.
damn, we're gonna go there. Nah. So you know, we have a special guest with us. Always family when she in the mix. You know, it's either her artist and what she's booked with. She's the illest PR publicist you might know. That you ought to know. If you don't know, well now you know. And she's young. And she's black.
Come on,
And she's an LU alum. Stop playing with Ray the publicist, man.
Come
Thank
on,
you for
stop
being
playing
in the
with
mix
sis.
with us.
Always,
You know,
always,
Black
always,
History
always.
Month.
Make it Black History every time.
Stop playing.
Yes,
With the
I
month of
appreciate
February coming to an end, you know, Women's Month is around the corner as well.
y'all. Yes.
So you know you've been having a lot big things going on for yourself.
Mhm.
Shout out to your Morgan Bears. I see y'all won during All-Star Weekend, right?
They actually lost.
Oh, they lost. Damn.
They lost.
Tight.
They lost by 2.
They lost by 2.
Damn.
They let them come all the way back and win. So
It's all
I mean,
love, but
you
you
know,
need
it's
one
all
of
love.
those signs that go womp womp.
Yeah, for sure. Y'all
We
will see how it
gotta
happens.
throw that in there, man. We
Gotta see
definitely
how it
gotta throw that in there. But you know, it's CIAA week.
It
LU's men's basketball and women's basketball team is in it. So they gonna hold it down. Y'all see me in my LU, so you know I had to come and represent.
I'm jealous that I don't got a. I'm really upset right now.
I'm a little surprised.
I didn't get the memo, the double mint twins. I did not get
We
the
didn't-
memo.
we didn't
between
plan
the
this.
blue
Yeah, we
and
actually
orange.
didn't. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know how we just be in sync. Either we be in the black-owned joints or we just representing.
I love
to
it.
the sponsors.
I love
You know, shout out to the sponsors, man. Wine O'Clock and of course Rich King Brand.
You know?
So, Ray, what's been new with you, man? I see that like it's CIAA week, as I mentioned. For those who don't know what CIAA is, it's the HBCU basketball tournament. It's always lit. This is actually the first year that it's being held in Baltimore. The previous years it's been held in Charlotte. So this is going to be a dope experience. A lot of folks should be coming out the woodworks for that this week. So it'll be good. You know, a lot of networking and a lot of mixing and mingling. So make sure y'all check that out and check out these young groupers as well. Yeah, you were able to get the trap museum to come up.
Yep. So
This is different.
the gang had to pull up. So I've been working with Trap Music Museum for like the last 3 years.
Okay.
Doing some PR for them, one-offs, different events and different things like that. But
Mhm.
I think what was important for me was Black art, connecting with folks such as that, and then
Mhm.
utilizing, you know, just the people that I know in order for this to be successful. But it's a labor of love to the city
Right.
where I'm from, and just kind of supporting Black businesses
Mhm.
for the most part, and that's just kind of what this was.
Okay. What's been like your favorite piece of artwork that you've seen?
So I haven't seen everything, but shout out to Black Ass Flea Market. So what they are, they're a collaborative of Black professionals, Black women. I pride myself on like connecting and collaborating with Black women, and this is not a project of just me. Like we're a team, and Black Ass Flea Market actually curated the artwork.
That's
Shout out
dope.
to the Black Ass.
Shout out to Black Ass Flea Market.
Yeah, because you know there's one that's a Morgan alum in there as well. That's a part of that too.
Yeah, you know, it's that Black History stuff runs deep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We out here. Shout out to the Black women out there, the HBC along the Morgans along the LU.
Yes.
You're not gonna really find no avenue of successful Black people without HBC alum. So
And without Black women, come on, shout out
and
to
without
us.
Black women first and foremost.
Shout out to the Black women out here, man.
Come
And you know, next month is National Women's Month as well.
Mhm.
So shout out to all the ladies out there, but big shout out to our Black women as well. Because y'all
Sure.
been holding it down and doing the damn
For
thing.
sure, for sure.
And we love that for y'all. So, you being in the PR game,
Mhm.
you're extremely busy because this is your
Ooh.
profession. You went to school for this. This
Yes.
is what you love to do.
Yes.
But I'm pretty sure you also hate it as well.
Oh, I hate it with a passion.
Because I feel as though like people probably look at you and probably look at your time and I don't know, time is money.
Time is certainly money.
And how do you approach that? Because I know a lot of people always want to book you for your time. Yeah.
People Jules, people always want to talk. And what's crazy, right? And this was funny. So when I hit 10K, it was this TikTok thing going around, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was from American Gangster. It was from American Gangster, and it was like it was maybe Denzel talking to somebody. I don't remember the movie too vividly. It was like, "Don't talk to me, talk to you." So like,
Okay.
so like now it's one of those scenarios where I'm like, the bigger that I climb, the more that I gotta put people in place so that I can keep my sanity. Because sanity is so important to me. Like, if I don't want to work certain days, I don't have to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I want to just say, hey, like Monday's a self-care day, Tuesday's an admin day. I think what's important for me is finding people that I can put in place in order to be successful.
How's that been for you?
Gotta. Yeah, it's hard finding the help. Like I never knew. A mentor of mine said this to me. Like it takes anyone can sign a back of a check, but it takes a certain person to sign a front, right? Like bosses sign a front of a check, and I never knew how much it paid the cost to be the boss until I had to do that for other people.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a growing pains. It's a growing pains for me.
It's tough. And you have your own office here now, in your home.
In my hometown.
How did that feel? How was that experience for you?
It felt, and I had an office before the pandemic, but I wanted to be downtown because I wanted to be in the mix. Like I wanted to be in the mix. I wanted to just kind of see how much Baltimore is developing, and kind of being in the city, being able to like walk outside the door and just connect with people and have meetings and all of those different things is kind of what I wanted to do. So hopefully Intel Media Group office will expand to bigger entities one day. So I'm looking forward to that. But it feels good to be home.
That's good. That's good. Now, how do you really, when you go out looking for that type of help that you need, what do you really like? What's your requirements? Like, what do you have? Because everybody can say like, oh yeah, I want to do this until they actually have to do the work.
Because it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So I pride myself on finding people who are self-starters, right? Like you said, everyone thinks that they can do a job, but until you're ingrained in the job, what are you really doing, right? Like, so seeing the big picture. Everyone will be at our amazing event tomorrow, right? But like the things that we had to do to get to this point is what people don't see. So I think I like self-starters. I like people who are relentless when it comes to pursuing your dreams, because that's the person that I was, and you know me since college, right? So like I've always been that person, and I'm not saying I want another Reagan. I think what I am saying though is someone who's passionate about what they do, someone who's consistent with following their dreams and just being able to connect with people. That's the type of people that we're looking for at Intel Media Group.
Okay, all right. I don't know if he's about to ask you. All right, so being in this PR world, right? I know you sit back and you observe a lot. We're constantly on social media, day in and day out, right? So this is what I wanted to bring up with you and talk to you about this. And I know you've been seeing this as well. This is actually based on, your man's from Chi-Town, Easy, because he's been wild.
He needs a different kind of help too.
I don't know if he really has. I don't know if he really has a strong PR team, but
He got one done.
I don't know.
So usually with celebrities, that's never the case.
Okay.
Usually somebody like him, unless he's fired the person, nine times out, which is likely, right? But 9 times out of 10, he has someone. Now it's a level of listening to that person. So even I don't know if y'all saw the Drink Champs interview where he kept saying, the publicists keep kicking me out the house. I'm in there like, dang, I'm cringing. Like, the publicist, I keep trying to talk to Kim, but the publicist. So I think 9 times out of 10, it's about listening to that person. Like, we can go into scenarios with like the baby or whoever else. Like, it's not that they don't have a publicist, but it's, do you respect that person enough to take in what they're saying? Right. Like, and I think that that's important, because even when me and you've interviewed a few of my clients, what's important is like relationship, and that's foundational with anything. So like, even with my client Crystal. So like you interviewed her a minute ago,
Mm-hmm.
but like I think where I appreciate our relationship is nothing's gonna come across that Reagan don't know about.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what's important when building out a brand, when building out trust. Like it's about who you know, who you like, and who you trust.
Mm-hmm.
Yeezy, I wish him the best, but I don't know what's going on with him.
Now, what would you, because we all know Valentine's Day passed,
Mhm.
and he sent a truckload of roses to Kim.
Literal truckload.
So let's talk about that as a woman, though, right? So like,
Yeah, because
let me take my PR.
because I know
off.
a lot of people on social media, they found it funny, right? It was like, oh, he really loved her type of thing, but
People found
it's also like,
As a woman, I'm scared. Like,
I'm saying,
because it's over excessive now at this
Mhm.
point, right? So like, as a woman, like it was a nice gesture, but like as a woman, I'm like, like now you're ODing, right?
Yeah.
Like I think that there's a level of like, okay, just stop. Like give her some time to process this because that's what's important too. Like I get it, like you're trying to express your feelings in some manner, but she has time to process what's going on as well. Because clearly she moved on.
yeah, she did. Have you ever like had to deal with somebody that was like, I know it's not many people out there that's like on Kanye's level, crazy, but somebody that just like you gave them advice and stuff what to do and they just didn't listen.
Oh, people don't listen to me all the time. Like all the time. like more often than the people that do listen. There's people that don't listen to me all the time.
Okay.
But I think what's important, right? So like when we talk about, and that's more so celebrity PR, more so like talent. But when we talk about like small businesses or independent, business owners, I think that looks a little bit different
Yeah.
because their level of like what they're trying to attain is different. Whereas if I'm somebody like a Kanye, I have already reached a certain status.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if I do anything at this point, the media is going to pick it up. So I think from there, it's just like the structure part of it and like your PR person really managing what's going on. But yeah, Carlson, people don't listen to me.
Is that like, I know that's something you probably got to prepare for. Like you probably like when you coming up with your stuff, it's like, okay, you can do this, but in case they don't listen, this is like the backup.
It's always a fallout. It's always so like what me and my friends were talking about before. Y'all remember when Jussie Smollett lied about
Jussie Smollett.
Wait, okay, so I felt like what was important there for him. So like remember initially he did not really say anything out the gate.
right.
So that was important, right? Because one, folks need time to process. So like you really gotta get the story together. And I think where I would have advised is I think after a while he just dug himself deep because he kept talking.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jussie, like be quiet. Like you don't have the right person on your team because this is now a legal matter. So like it blurs the line between legal, PR, so on and so forth. So like not even to go into what just happened at our alma mater. We're not gonna talk about it because that's negative press. However, I think what I will dance around and say, here's how they could have handled it better. Where they should have had a rapid response team to say, hey, this is what's going on. This is unfortunate. Boom. Here's that on social media. Here's that on Twitter. Here's that on Instagram. There's a lot of conversation.
So universities, I feel like they also need that too. Like because the way they headline things,
if you don't tell your story, someone else will, right?
Right.
Right, yeah, that's the worst part. And now what that then opens up is that opens up criticism, that opens people up to just making their own assumptions because all PR is what someone else says about you. So like it's like, okay, you can say that Reagan is the best publicist alive, you said it earlier. But what then happens there, right? If I say it, that then looks different because someone else is talking about me. So
yeah. Now, have you ever found yourself like working with people who really didn't like working with you?
I get that because nobody's above reprieve, right? Like in a team, working with my team. There's situations that don't work out. There are situations where I'm like, well, dang, what could we have done different? What could I have done more of? How could I have impacted something better? Because we are a small but mighty team, it's 5 of us.
Yeah.
My business partner is in like the New York, New Jersey area. I have a team member in Atlanta, someone in New York. But I think, one, we're a small company. So like I can't compete, which rightfully we will one day, but I can't compete on the levels of like the great agencies, the Element, which are like bigger PR firms. But Yeah.
Mm.
It's business, like,
Yeah.
but it's always gonna have its ebbs and flows. It's not personal. So what I think, what as business owners, what we have to get out of is, oh, this is a personal attack on me. Charge it to the game. Like if it happens, people are gonna go in and out all the time.
Are you reaching at a point to where you're continuing to elevate in your career? And you're only going to get higher, right?
Only way is up.
Only way is up, but further up you go, the more haters you get, right? And sometimes it's even people who are close to you. But I know you yourself, you have like a strong circle, right? And you've had that strong circle since Lincoln. But have you ever heard any chatter, not from your circle, but outside of your circle, where like, oh, Raina thinks she the shit? And
I'm sure it is. I always try to remain grounded though. Like, and I know that sounds so cliche, but I try to be the same person, like, since I try to be that same person all the time. But I think you always want to have people, and I don't like to say haters, but I think you're always going to have people who don't agree with what you're putting out. But I think, again, as a business owner, as a person in general, you got to rise above that, because not everybody going to like you, and that's okay.
Crazy part is, it's just like, you look at somebody like, all right, for example, like yourself, it's kind of like, damn, how could you really not like Reagan? Like, if somebody was to ever come up to me and be like, yeah, I really don't like her,
I really don't have
I would really be
Says
confused.
more about-
Like,
says
why?
more about you. If you don't like
Yeah.
Reagan, it says about Reagan.
Exactly. That's what, like,
That's PR, damn nigga. ain't it?
There we go.
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
I mean, but I'm sure there's some people. Jules.
It probably
I'm
is.
sure some
What a
people.
whole fan.
Huh?
What a whole saying.
Says a lot about you if you're not feeling us.
He said that.
Yeah.
He said, he who does not feel me is not real to me.
So
Therefore,
food,
it doesn't
family,
exist.
something like that.
They don't even exist. They just don't exist. They're everything out there.
I try not to pay attention to that.
Exactly.
Because it only,
Exactly.
I feel like negativity just does not breed positivity. And that's not to say, like, I don't get in my own head, because I do. Like, I definitely do. It's almost been, we've been out of school for 10 years, so it's almost been 10 years of me working in this manner. So I think I'm going to have people who don't agree.
Now, do you see yourself? Because you have your office set up here. Do you see yourself like setting up shop somewhere else? Like, do you want to remain in Baltimore, or is there another destination for you?
So I've lived in LA. I've lived in New York. I'm thinking of Atlanta. It's different, right? Like it's different in the sense of, I think that there's a level of Black excellence in Atlanta. We're gonna say.
Sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit. Yes. Oh.
Definitely is. Now, woman like you, you're always busy, right? We're about to get a little personal.
About to go to the thing.
About to get a little personal, right?
Okay.
So, constantly busy. How has the dating life?
Oh, men hate me. All of them. All of them. Yeah, I be busy.
Damn.
I be busy. I remember a guy said to me one time, he was like, I feel like I'm on borrowed time with you. That's OD. Yeah, he OD. I was like, Jesus.
Damn. Damn. So you really don't have time.
But we all on borrowed time.
Yeah.
I think it's about making time, right?
Do you feel like you would have to date somebody who's kind of like in the same career field as you to understand?
Because I think that then gets, oh, I'm in LA this week. Oh, I'm in New York this week. Oh, I'm in Timbuktu next week. That's going to be different.
Right. Do you think that they would have to be just as busy, even if it's another?
I think just as busy, but understanding, like,
right.
is what's going to be important, and what will balance that out.
Because I don't even know, how do you even go about compromising that? Because you almost, you gotta do what you gotta do. You're doing what you love, right? I don't even know how you could go about compromising. I don't even think that the compromise is changing. I think it's
Well, the Mixx'n got some solutions for me, because clearly.
Should we take her to Street University?
Yeah, we might have to take her to
Which Street University?
All right, now I'm not Kid 6 no more. When we go to Street University, I'm now Dr. Ike Love.
Come on, Ike Love.
Okay.
Okay.
My good brother right here, Shot-Town, go ahead and let him know what you mean.
Okay. So, I'm not Shot-Town's finest right now.
Okay.
I'm Esteban.
Esteban.
Yeah, that's that state line.
All right. My good brother, would you like to go first?
Okay.
Give her a little
So
school.
check it out. Because I mean, like I
Let me
said,
sit up.
like I said out here, it's not about compromising what you're doing. You don't never want to compromise.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because somebody told me not too long ago, it was just like, somebody asked me, like, yo, you ever thought about settling down? I don't ever want to settle down, I want to settle up. So I feel like, you know what I'm saying, in any one of these situations, of course, number one thing would be understanding.
Yeah.
Because I feel like as you go through certain levels in life, you change. Like the person you are right now wasn't who y'all were 10 years ago when y'all was like, just finishing. Not at all. So everything has to change anyway. And I feel like, even when you're settling up right now in your life, the kind of life that you have right now and your business and stuff, probably checking some business right there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You need somebody that can understand all of that. Most people that can understand it are people that have some sort of level of, I guess, business in the same way. Like they're just as busy or close enough to it where it won't clash either. You know what I'm saying? Because I always feel like it's always best to merge lifestyles, not really change it. And then somebody's going to fall within those lines too, because there's somebody out there going through the same way. They feel like their partner's on borrowed time, and it's going to happen like
Borrowed
this.
time with OD though. That's
Actually kind of
crazy
I might have to use that.
That's a crazy comment.
And I mean, also too, like, because you're very successful, right?
I'm working on it. Humble.
Now listen, you're very successful, but it's only going to go up, right? And I'm pretty sure you encounter some men who are doing their thing as well. But also, I think because there's this thing of some men out there, and it's not a lot, but there are a good number of men who find themselves intimidated by a successful woman, especially a successful black woman, right? To where they feel like, well, damn, she's always doing this, like she don't really need me for anything. Have you encountered a man like that?
Because I think when you use the term need, right? I think need is different versus a want. So I think that there's a level of, okay, does she need me? Maybe not. But does she want me? And that's different. So, yeah, like, I mean, of course I've encountered that. But I think, like y'all said, it's the level of getting someone who understands that.
Yeah, I think you just need to find somebody who can balance you out, right?
It's about that balance.
Yeah, because I mean, too, if whatever he has going on, but he's also sharing that interest of what you're doing, it's kind of like, oh, all right, well, let me help you out. What you got going on? Show me what you got. Oh, okay, let me add my 2 cents to this.
Yeah. So it's this meme that be floating around, right? And it's like, if you're dating an entrepreneur, you automatically become the assistant. I'm not trying to assistant no guy. Like that's OD. That's like the borrowed time comment. But what I'm saying is, this is busy. That's all. That's all.
I mean, you're not going to date nobody from Baltimore, though. You can be honest.
Why do you know? Come on,
You can be
like,
honest.
you doing two together. Leave me alone.
I mean, listen, man. 222.
Exactly.
Man.
Today could be the day. You never
Yo,
know.
I was out. I was out at Excess the other night. This guy tried to talk to me. He was from Baltimore. We're not laughing at Baltimore people. We are not doing that right now. However,
Fuck what she talking about. I am. But go ahead.
we are not laughing at Baltimore people right now. I'm from here. He just got to talking and I was like, ooh.
You heard that Baltimore accent, huh?
222.
So what you do, show?
A little dummy. He didn't say it.
Shout out to the Baltimore people.
Yes, we are not laughing. We are
Shout out to the folks over there on the avenue.
the avenue and the avenue. The Aaron and the Aaron and the Aaron.
Man.
I noticed that I couldn't say that.
What?
No, we're not going to do that.
You have to look that up. Pull it up.
Aaron,
Iron?
Aaron, and Iron.
You can say dog though, right?
Dog.
Oh, okay.
I gotta like try.
Say, that was maximum effort right there.
I know what she really say though. You know she say dog.
I'm about to say, you gotta catch them when she's comfortable.
Yeah. Y'all not about to embarrass me.
Surprise
In the
somebody.
mix, like, who do these two think they are? They're not about to embarrass me.
Let her Rottweiler pull up. Who Doug is that? Let the Rottweiler.
Oh man. All right. So, do you have anything in store? Because we all know, again, as we mentioned earlier in the show, next month is National Women's History Month. Do you have anything planned?
So me and my friend, we've literally just planned this today because we're those type of people.
Okay.
So we're going to have, I think March 29th, we're going to do a toast to excellence in Black women. At Vino Wine Bar, they're sponsor for tomorrow's event as well. And we're going to add a little boating element. So we celebrating Black women. We're doing a champagne toast. And
That's dope. Are men invited?
y'all are more than welcome to come.
Okay.
Bring my husband because he might be with y'all. So there you go. Boom.
So we gotta stop now. Having to pick him up.
He's on that avenue. Oh, man.
Pick him up.
Wow.
Man.
You just said he's not from Baltimore, so, like, come on.
Now, I gotta try to. I might have to help you out.
I have to help you.
See,
Am I a charity? I'm not a charity thing. Don't tell these people that.
Nah, you know, man, listen. Here's what we gonna do this right here, right? She's young, she's Black, no kids.
Come on.
All right. She's successful. She's doing her thing. That doesn't mean that she wants you like trying to eat off of her. Okay, y'all grind together. Y'all shine together. Okay. So, if you looking to date, she ain't looking. She's not looking for no fun time. That's not college anymore. Okay.
Where did this advertisement
We
come
grown. You know, if you looking to
Just
build,
cut
if
it
you
inside.
looking to build,
It's just really, wow.
follow her at.
Y'all, please don't listen to him.
No, I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm playing. Nah, Mom Dukes, right? How is she doing?
Mom is good. Mom is the ultimate hustler. That's
Okay.
everything I've learned about life, everything I've learned about lessons, everything I've learned about. So one of the things she a Jay-Z fan too, so she probably got this one.
She got great taste.
And a Nipsey fan. So
Shout out to Nipsey, man.
shout out to
That's the key.
Nipsey.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Nipsey. One of the things she always told me, and you know some of the things that I've had with my health. So like 2016, got into a really bad car accident. I have seizures. So one of the things she told me is you can't hustle if you don't lose it all and try to get it back. And I think that's always important in the back of my mind. Like no matter what, I'm always get it back. So mom is good. My mom's good. They'll be here tomorrow.
Oh, that's
The family pulling up.
gotta pull up on them, man.
Yes.
Are you gonna celebrate them? Are you gonna do anything special for them next month, or the 30 y'all gonna get together and do something?
Maybe we should. Maybe we should add moms to the mix to this champagne toast that we doing.
Got to. Without the mom job,
We would be nowhere. And I love my mother. So yeah, let's do it.
That's amazing, man.
Sponsored by In the Mix, powered by In the Mix. In the Mix is celebrating Black women.
Yo, listen.
On
Not even just in March, man. We do that. We
all the
celebrate
time.
Black
I
women
appreciate
all the
that.
time.
That's always a good time.
All the time. But yeah, we're gonna be there. We're gonna, we got dress up, champagne popping, so we'll dress
Pink.
up.
Not salmon like how he went. He went to a rose brunch with me, right?
Bro.
I said, Jules, wear pink. He
It
came
was salmon.
in orange shorts.
It wasn't orange.
Jules,
It was salmon.
You're not about to salmon me
It
to
was the
death on the
lighting.
AKA.
It was the lighting.
It was not salmon.
You ain't even
know her salmon. That was
Nah,
another
she-
fit. It was a
She
tilapia.
don't even rock pink and green. Ethel rolling over in her grave.
Wow, you been giving me.
Pulling car.
I didn't hear today.
Hey,
Jules, you had on
listen,
orange, yo.
that wasn't orange.
I'm gonna show you a picture.
I need to see the picture. I think the Mixx'ns need to see the picture.
Listen, I'm gonna show you how to pick.
Was the salmon cooked or was it raw?
Raw.
It was raw.
It was orange. Raw salmon.
It was
There
pink.
we go.
It was pink salmon.
It was cooked a little bit or
It was cooked a little bit. Could have.
Slightly seared.
It was probably like.
it wasn't no salmon.
It was a.
It was
Nah, It was in
salmonella.
there for like 10 minutes.
It was salmon.
Nah.
No, we had fun though.
It was a good. It was a great time.
We had fun.
I think they need to do things a little. Now you know what? Now that we're talking about it, right? With your experience with that wasn't your first time there, right?
My friend did it.
All right. Well, you know what? Can I talk about it then?
Go ahead.
Cool. It's not gonna get you in trouble though, right? All right, cool. You don't even have to say that. I feel as though they could have definitely did things a little better as far as like with the drink line. You know,
It was hot.
I witnessed a lady; she almost passed out. I think somebody actually did pass out. It was insane to wait in a line for for 3 hours, damn near, for one bottle. All right. And then y'all kept sending me up there to get y'all shit. So that ain't making it any better.
You with your homeboys and stuff, you can make it.
Like, that didn't make it any better. I got lost coming back down trying to find y'all. You know, these young ladies was nice enough to like let me sit with them until I was able to, because I thought it was a new group that came by.
I can't find my friends.
All of them was like, "Oh, you can sit with us." I'm like, "All right."
They just sent them for a little second.
Bro, like no lie, I'm like, damn, Reagan ain't tell me we had more people coming. I'm looking crazy.
I really hate you.
But nah, it was definitely a good time.
Sis, where you at?
Yeah.
Like, where you left me? Like, where
left
you
me at?
No.
But it was a good ass time though. But nah, I think if they do things a little differently, way better. Like at least have water being passed out to the folks that's waiting in line. Because if you waiting in line for over an hour, like you're gonna get.
Water
Was it hot out-
stations.
was it hot out there?
It is really
It was really hot. It was definitely.
Let's go back though.
So basically, you saying
Where
that
we going back?
because it was hot out there, his salmon was cooking.
So
that's why I was Okay, I get it now.
Bubbling.
That's an event you gotta pull up to, bro.
I might have to do that. I'm allergic to fish though, so I'm gonna have to rock straight pink.
You want to rock straight pink. There we go.
I'm gonna find something pink next
I
time.
got some.
You don't listen to the
I'll get something off the fashion over.
You gotta listen to the instructions.
I'm telling you, it was pink. I'm gonna go on Nike and I know the exact shorts I get.
I'm gonna grab the picture once we get off of this.
cool.
Show me.
We're gonna keep y'all in the mix about that.
Hell yeah, we definitely want to keep you on the mix. I'm gonna actually drop it on the in the mix page so y'all can determine if the shorts are orange or if they pink. Go ahead and drop it in your story too. You know, let the people try to determine that. All right, so what advice? I feel like we always ask you this, but I feel as though like with you, you're just always elevating, right?
Mhm.
You're always in a different space than what you were before on the previous episode and the previous episode before that.
Mhm.
What today? What have you grasped from your last time being on this show, and what advice would you have for someone who's looking to try to get into this?
Okay, so advice from the last time is that situations change.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that what's important, right, is where you start will never be where you finish.
Right.
And like storms don't last, right? So like you can go through so many different things, but know that storms are over. Like once they're over. I think from the client side is that everyone is not your ideal client, especially when you're in the business of serving people and being people focused.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's not your ideal client, and that's okay. But know that as long as you've done everything that you can in order to engage with people and make them successful, that's all that you can really do.
Okay.
Advice for someone looking to get into PR. I think always be a student. That's always important to me. So back to Hov, my favorite song from him is My First Song. So it talks about like great song, but it talks about like always being a student. So like Biggie was talking to Puff or something like that in the beginning of the song, and he gave advice, and it was just like, stay on your job, stay busy, stay working, and that's important to me. So that's what I would say to someone looking to PR.
Okay. All right. So listen, man. We appreciate you getting in the mix with us,
Always.
as always. Right.
Always.
If you guys are here, make sure y'all check out Trap Museum. It's gonna be lit.
Pull up on us.
Mix and mingle. They're gonna have artwork here too, right?
Yes.
Artworks.
Yep, so it's a pop-up. I think it's like 10 or 14 black artists, so all of this is going to be filled with art curated from Black Ass Flea Market and Trash Museum. And I'm going to be doing something, I don't know, but
Okay.
no art. I'm going to be walking around with it.
Probably getting a little bit. Ain't nothing wrong with
You
that.
know, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Enjoying the festival.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
This
But
is
listen, we appreciate you as always getting in the mix. Go ahead and drop your handles. Let everybody know where they can find you, and if they want to talk business, listen.
Don't DM me.
Yesterday's price
It's not today's price.
Shout out to Fat Joe, man.
That's funny. So y'all, thank you. It's always a pleasure, guys. I appreciate it. Anytime I can get in the mix, I'm always here to say Les. Thank you for pulling up on me in this random space because it was
Listen,
gonna be
this is
like
cool.
like
This is
actually-
three
I like this.
different
I like this space.
locations.
Yeah.
But no, thank you for coming to me. So if you are looking to follow me, I'm Ray the Publicist on all social media handles. RAETHEPUBLICIS.
There we have it, folks. So listen, it's CIAA weekend. Shout out to LU. We're gonna hold it down. I need y'all to bring home this win. Bring home this championship, man. We gotta hold it down. The real orange and blue. I know how we do, man. Our little cousins is here too, man. Shout out to Morgan State.
Our little cousins in our little cousins in my.
We in Baltimore. We in Baltimore. Morgan State is in Baltimore.
And Morgan State not a CIAA school.
For sure, it's definitely not. It's a little bit. It's another step beyond that.
Oh,
It's another step beyond it.
So shout out to y'all.
For the kind of big for the little cousins though.
No,
But you know.
Jesus.
no, that was cool. That was cool, man.
Sorry.
Listen, so again, we appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Y'all can always check us out on YouTube as well as Apple and Spotify and Anchor. Until next time, it's your Big Dog Kid 6.
I gotta throw a sidebar.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Only HBCUs can joke like this with other HBCUs.
That's all.
PWIs, I can't do this with us.
Yeah, y'all can't play with us.
Stay in y'all place.
Stay in your lane.
Don't play with us, play with your kids.
Thank you.
Stay in your lane. You want to leave it like that. Anyway, it's your Big Dog Kid 6. Shout out to Finest Carlton and Dead. Rated Publicist. Listen, don't DM her if you're trying to get her on a date either, right?
I mean, you just sold me to half an in the mix, just so you know, like, what are we talking about?
Man, DM her, but just come smooth, alright? Just be smooth with it. Nah, man, but until next time, y'all, we out of here.
Mix. In the mix.